Good morning, everybody. Let's start with our toe lifts. So knees are pretty straight. We really want to think about lifting just with the shins. Good. 4, 3, heels up, right then left, right and left. So we're starting to stretch out the bottom of the foot. A lot of times I like to start ground up when we do our warm-ups. Good. 4, 3, we're gonna march. We're gonna stand nice and tall. We're just gonna bring our thighs as close to parallel to the floor as we can get. And if you're having an off day, there's nothing wrong with holding on every now and again. 4, 3, hamstring curls. We're gonna take our heels towards our buns. I want you to think about scraping the mud off the bottom of your shoe. Good. 4, 3, 2, coming back to our march, we're going to add in an opposite arm, just a nice good bicep curl. Start to wake up the elbows. Good. 4, 3, 2, hamstring curls, tricep press it back. So elbows are a little bit behind you. We're going to reach the hands back. Good. 4, 3, 2, back to the march. We're going to take our shoulder towards our opposite hip. So we're just going to kind of start to wake up our core. Good. 4, 3, 2, good. Hamstring curls. Now we're going to take our hand towards our opposite heel. So nice good reach. 4, 3, 2, slow deadlift right in the center, feet hip width apart, hinge it forward, stand tall. So shoulders down and back. I really like to think I tucked my ribs, but I'm keeping my shoulders nice and tall. One way to practice is to reach the arms back and lift. So imagine you've got a weight pulling your arms down, chest is open, low back pulled in. Good. Bring it all the way up. Slow squat. Here's a test. Can you squat down, keeping your arms parallel to the floor? And that doesn't mean dropping your forehead between your ears or between your elbows. Try to stay nice and tall. So down, 2, up, 2. Belly's pulled in. Squat it down. Couple more. Down and lift. Good. Standing nice and tall, arm circles, up and back, bring it back around. I'm doing one at a time, trying to do a little bit of a test and assessment, see how each side of my body feels. So my left side was feeling kind of off yesterday. Up and back, circle it around. Up and back. So we're working on a little shoulder joint mobility here. Good. Reach the arms up. So reach it up, pull it down. We've got that V to W. Nice, good reach. 4, 3, 2. Good. Forward step and reach right here. So forward step, take it back. So it's a mini lunge. Reach it forward and pull. 4, 3, 2. All right, side lunge, step it out, hold it in place. Just a little side to side. 4, 3, 2. All right, step it together, feet in the middle, curtsey, come up to the center. Curtsey, this is one of our exercises today, so I want you to kind of get used to it. This is a little movement practice, a little curtsey, bring it in. We want to try not to turn the body when we do our curtsey, or you don't have to take super, super big steps back, but 2 more. Cross it. Bring it into the center, side step. The nice thing about today is mostly standing. Well, no, it actually is all standing. So no floor work today. Good. Double touch right here, double touch. Take it back. So today we've got 60 seconds work, 3 exercises. We're going to try it with no rest. Now, if you want to do a little bit of rest, you can. Good. Hamstring curls right here. try to make it a little bit bigger. So we're gonna do a strength exercise, lower body. Then we're gonna do a little bit of a power exercise that's gonna involve a little bit of plyometrics. And then we're gonna do an upper body, good knees up right here. Going for a little cardio. Just trying to finish up our warm-up. Good, 4, 3, 2. All right, we're gonna march it out, shake it out right here. Roll the shoulders, up, back, and down, grab a drink. So our first exercise is gonna be a squat with a side leg lift. So you're gonna do feet hip width apart, you're gonna squat, and then you're gonna lift the leg. And it's not about getting your leg as high as you can, and we're gonna alternate. Then we're gonna do power squats. So option 1, squat, lift up on your toes, squat like you wanna jump, but you don't actually jump. You're an action figure caught in midair. Second option is you can actually do some jumps. Third exercise is rows. Just a nice basic row, but we're gonna try to go for 60 seconds and no rest, but I'll try to give you a little heads up if you need to take a little rest period. So we're gonna start squat with a side leg in 3, 2, and 1. So just feet about hip width apart. We're gonna squat, side leg lift. And I really want you to focus on not turning the toes up. We squat, and a lot of times we don't realize it, we kind of kick diagonally. I want you to lift, side bunt. Squat, stand tall, side bunt. Most of us are not gonna be getting our legs super high, and a lot of us are gonna have one side that goes a little higher than the other. So it's a nice good squat, side leg lift. Imagine you have a circle band around your thighs, and you're trying to press out on that circle band. Second round, if you'd like, you can absolutely add one if you want to get a little bit of extra hip work. Good, so squat it down, stand tall, lead with the side of your foot, not with the top. 2, 1, good. So we're gonna go down, little jump, little jump. Now this is your option. You can just pause, squat down, heel lift, action figure caught in midair, right? Or you're that ski jumper that just went down the hill and you're flying in the air right now. If you would like to add a little jump, go for it. This is a little cardio, but this is also our power move. And this is also our plyometrics. I've been doing a lot more of the heel stomps and the mini jumps in the workouts in the mornings. And that's because I want you to try to get that impact. This is gonna help you with your bone density and with building muscle. It doesn't matter how old you are or how young you are. Build bone density when you're younger so that you can keep it as you get older. Maintain or even build a little as you age. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Super quick, grab those dumbbells. We're going for rows, and you can start as soon as you're ready. So hinge it forwards. We have rows and down, and you can absolutely do one arm and then the other. So this is just our first exercise for the morning, at least for upper body. So first set, first circuit. Sometimes we're still not quite warmed up and awake yet. It's the 7 a.m. classes that always get me. I used to have to be in the facility to teach at 7 a.m. and the facility was an hour away. And I don't know how I did it. Now my students will tell you that I did frequently show up right on time, if not a minute or two late, depending on the weather. But I do not know how I did it. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Going right back into our squat with our side leg. There is no rest today. But again, you can take the rest if you need it. So that's the thing. Your pace is your pace. It's going to be different from mine. So the goal for today is we've got 6 minutes in each circuit to try to keep moving for the full 6 minutes. But if you know you need that rest, don't panic If you take a little bit of time to transition from one exercise to the next, just try not to do a long transition. Try to keep it short. So nice, good lift. Got about 12 more seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. So now we're going to do our squat, heel lift and down, heel lift and down. So your low impact option, it's kind of hard to see, is you just lift your heels like you're gonna jump, but you're glued to the floor. We're bracing our core, we're using our legs. If you want to add in that jump, we start with a soft knee, we jump, we land with a soft knee. Our knees are the shock absorbers on our car. So shock absorbers on your car, knees are the shock absorbers of your body. They're the ones that kind of absorb that impact. They shrink down a little before they go right back up. Now, if you want to go faster, go for it. It's completely up to you. A nice, good core brace. 10 seconds. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2. Grab those dumbbells. Going for our rows. If you don't have dumbbells, use a band. So a little hinge forward, row, release, row, release. So we don't have really dedicated core work today because we should be using our core throughout this entire workout. So you can see I'm not letting my low back arch, I'm not lifting and lowering, and I'm not tucking my spine and rounding my upper and lower back. Shoulders down, ribs tucked, hinge it forwards, neutral position. So we're bracing as we do these rows. Got 12 seconds. We're gonna rest, and then we're gonna move on circuit number 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Dumbbells down. Grab a quick drink, walk it around a little bit. We're gonna move on circuit number 2. We're gonna do lunges to a front kick. So we're gonna try not to pause in the middle, right side only. Lunge, stand, knee and extend. And we wanna keep the knee up and try to lift the leg versus knee up and then drop the leg to extend. Second exercise is power lunges, where we're gonna take it back, drive and back, drive and back. So it's adding a little bit of speed. And then we're gonna do bicep curl, side raise, okay? So getting ready, lunge to front kick in 3, 2, and 1. So we're gonna do lunge to kick. So lunge it down, stand tall, and kick. Remember, this is our strength portion. This is our lower body strength. So I want you to think about being strong. Take your time, being very purposeful. So lunge, lift, and extend. If you're really tight in the hamstrings, it's okay if your leg doesn't come all the way up. What I want you to try to do is lift with your hips, hold that thigh up there as we start to extend that knee. We're trying to get that straight line. It's not going to be perfectly there, but I want that front of the body squeeze. So we're trying to get a little quad, and we're going from our knee all the way up to our hip. So lower down, and then lift through. Got about 8 seconds, and we're gonna go for that power lunge, that driver. 3, 2, and 1. Give yourself a super quick shake out. I know I need it. Going right into it. So back, drive up, and tap. Drive and tap. I want you to think about quick. So how fast can you go? 1, 2. You can have that pause. 1, 2. Now if you want to make it a little bit harder, when you do your knee drive, front heel lifts off the ground. Front heel lifts. So you're adding in like you want to go back and you want to jump, but you can just do knee up, heel lift in the front. Drive, heel lift. We're getting this standing leg quite a bit. Lift, drive. Again, if you want to add that little hop, add the hop. Drive the knee, little jump, reset, little jump. 7 seconds, grab your weights. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Bicep curl to side raise. I'm going for the side raise weight. Go right into it. So bicep curl, side raise. Now you have an option. Round 1, bicep curls only. Round 2, side raises only. So if you prefer that as an option, go for it. Good. Bicep curl, lift and lower, side raise. Hammer curl is what I'm doing in a regular side raise. You can do palms up and then thumbs up. That's an option. Palms up, thumbs up. In about 7 seconds, lunge to front kick. 3, 2, and 1. Good job, dumbbells down. Going right into the other side when you're ready. Lunge, lift tall, front kick. We're holding our balance on that standing leg. Lunge and kick. This is the one I have to watch out for. This is my leg that likes to kind of kick out. I kind of start to lean into it a little bit. I really need to work on the core on the opposite side, and I need to work on inner thighs really here, stabilizing my legs. Good, 20 seconds. So nice and tall. Good, we've got about 7 seconds. We're gonna go for our power lunge. 3, 2, 1, good. So take it back, little hinge, drive, tap, drive, tap. You can see I'm keeping my weight in my front leg. So I'm not going forwards and then shifting my weight back into my back leg. Weight is in the front leg. Drive, tap, drive, tap. So since we're sinking into this glute just a little bit, we're getting that isometric work. I'm feeling it. I'm getting a little fatigued today. Remember, you have the option to add your heel lift or add your jump. Drive the knee, jump. This is your option. Don't have to if you're not feeling it today. I encourage everybody to try a couple. Sometimes it's just a little bit of fear. And I don't mean you're like totally chicken, just like you're not sure how it's gonna work. Give it a shot. 2, good. All right, bicep curl, side raise. So pick your position. Hammer curl and side raise. I do scapular plane, which just means my side raise is not straight out to the side. It's a little bit more kind of diagonal. So curl and then lift. If you have shoulder issues, that position tends to feel a little bit better. Or you can try palms forward, and again, scapular or side raise. Thumbs go to the ceiling. Good, 15 seconds. Curl. Nice, good lift. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells down. Walk around, shake it out. Grab a drink. Moving on. Circuit number 3. We're gonna do a curtsey lunge to a lateral lunge. We're getting a lot of hips today. So we're just gonna take our right leg, curtsey, try not to touch, right leg, side lunge. All one side. Then we're gonna do jumping jacks or low impact jacks. And we're gonna do either a tricep kickback or an overhead extension. Either one is perfectly fine. But let's start with our curtsey to side lunge. 3, 2, and 1. So right leg, we're gonna do our curtsey. Try not to tap. Side lunge. If you need to tap, you can. Curtsey, tap, side lunge, and tap. I am doing lower body weight today. You can grab resistance if you would like. But we've got a lot of legs, a lot of hips. So I am trying to go body weight. I'm not going heavy, but we're getting a lot of volume. So the weights might be light, but the number of reps we do is going to be pretty high. So you can do light weights and lots of reps, or heavier weights, fewer reps. Just kind of depends. Less than 10 seconds to go here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, jumping jacks. If you want to go high impact, great. And again, this is one where if you always take your toes like out to the corners in the front, you're getting a lot of front hip. We want to try to get side hip. So here's one to imagine. Imagine your heels are against a wall. You're trying to keep your heels touching the wall the whole time. We're leading with the hips. Hips, knees, and toes are pointing forwards. So we're leading with the hips, and then the knees and the ankles follow behind. Sometimes we're here, we forget about our hips, and we just go for knees to feet. I want you to think legs out, out, out. Good. 4, 3, 2, tricep kickbacks or overhead extension. See how you're feeling today. I'm going to do overhead. If you're doing overhead and your chin is tucked and you still feel like you're going to hit yourself in the back of the head, I want you to switch to a kickback. So nice and tall, deep breaths. This is another one we also don't want to puff out our chest, because sometimes we do this and our shoulders just don't move that way. That's why we do kickbacks. That's why we do a press down with a cable or with a resistance band. Good, we've got about 12 seconds. We're gonna go back for our curtsey and our lateral lunge. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dumbbells down, switching sides. We've got curtsey, tap if you need to, side lunge, and tap. So curtsey, and reach for the floor. Curtsey, reach for the floor. You can think about it both ways. So can you touch the floor here? Can you touch the floor here? So reach, push off, reach, push off. This is your strength. This is your take your time. Good. 3, 2, and 1. Tap it. This is our jumping jacks. If you're feeling up to high impact, go right into it. Now remember, you also have the option, couple of high impact jacks, and then go back to your low impact ones. Don't have to go from 0 to 60. Add a couple in the middle, and then go back down. And then you can start adding it in, like, hey, set a goal for yourself. Out of 60 seconds, you do a couple jacks, high impact, and then you go back to low. Or set a goal for yourself. I want to do 10 seconds or 20 seconds of the high stuff, and then go back to the low stuff. Good, we've got about 10 seconds. We're gonna go for our triceps. Good, 3, 2, and 1. So triceps of choice, overhead extension, tricep kickback, you choose. So nice and tall. If you're doing the kickbacks, it's just like a deadlift position. Hinge it forwards. And we want to try to get that elbow somewhat close to parallel to the floor if you can. If you need to be supported, like maybe you did round 1 right, round 2 left, you can be supported. We're just going to try to be nice and tall. So slow and controlled. Good, we have 15 seconds. So neutral head and neck. It's gonna make sure you can breathe. If we've got our chin down on our chest, it's gonna make it a little harder to get air. 4, 3, 2, 1. Carefully bring it in. Set the dumbbells down. We have one more circuit. And again, we're all standing today. We're all standing today. We're gonna do deadlifts. You can do a kickstand or a balance beam deadlift, right side round 1, left side round 2, or just a regular deadlift. Then we're gonna do a hamstring curl, or you can do a jog, so a heel jog. And then we're gonna do chest, and we're gonna do our flies. Okay, so it's kind of going wide, and then bring the ends of the dumbbells together, trying to focus on chest versus front of the shoulder. So it's kind of a pull in and a squeeze versus just bringing it up in front. So decide what you're gonna do. I think I'm gonna do single-sided, single dumbbell, and I'm gonna focus on balance for this round. We'll see how long that lasts. But 60 seconds, deadlift, in 4, 3, 2, 1, good. So I'm just gonna do a balancing deadlift today. So nice, good hinge forwards. And then I'm gonna stand tall. So I am doing single-sided with a single dumbbell. So I am getting anti-rotation of my core. What tends to happen is we start to rotate the shoulder down and we drop our shoulder towards the floor. You wanna try to keep your hips and your torso parallel to the floor. You're trying not to let it rotate. And you're trying not to let your back hip do a big rotation either. Now you can be doing this as a kickstand. Same rules apply. Same rules apply. You're holding your upper body nice and steady as you push the hip back and hinge forwards. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, good. Bring it all the way up. We're going for the hamstring curls. So reach and pull right here. This is, again, we want to try not to let the knees come up. We really want to think about bringing your heels to the backside. Pop a balloon behind your knees. Reach and pull. You can keep your arms low. Remember, this is your cardio. This is a little bit of power, so reach and pull. Now you have the option here, if you want to do a butt kick jog, same rules apply. Just think 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, back to your curls. Yes? And then take it up. 4, 3, 2, 1, back to your curls. You can try it. 4, 3, 2, 1, curls. Good, bring it in. Chest V, chest V. So light to medium dumbbells here. Bring it up in front, take it back down. Bring it up, take it back down. Up and down. Up. So I want you to think about when we're on our backs and we do a chest fly. Like right now I've got 8. This is kind of heavy. So I might have to do single and then single. Lift and down. Lift. So it's a chest fly, but normally on our backs, we go straight out to the side. When we're standing, we have to do an angle because remember, gravity pulls up and down. That's the way it works. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Back to our deadlift. So if you did single-sided, switch sides, plant your foot, get everything nice and stable. Hinge it forwards, and then come up tall. Like I said, this is my side that's goofy. Lift and tap. Now, if you want to do this body weight, you can do this body weight. Upper body, you can do body weight, but it's kind of hard. This one, lower body, it's challenging a lot of times to do no equipment. So hinge, and then lift. I'm being very purposeful and deliberate on this side. You can tell I'm struggling a little. Good, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good, bring it in. Hamstring curls. If you want to do that heel jog, you can. Even if it's just a couple of jogs, or 2 or 4. I think I was doing 8, so I was doing 4 each side. You can just do a couple jogs and then go back to your curls. And it doesn't even have to be, really big jogs. Just think about trying to kick yourself in the buns. If you're keeping it low and you're like, I need higher heart rate today, arms up. Yes, the higher your arms are, the bigger the movements, the higher your heart rate. But if you need to keep it lower, that's okay. We're getting to the last little bit of our workout. We only have one more exercise after this. By the time we're done, it's going to be about 24 minutes of working out. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Going back, going for that chest fly. I'm going lower. I have to go all the way down to 5s, just because I don't currently have anything between a 5 and an 8. But I'm still being very deliberate with my movements. And I'm really trying to focus on using my chest muscles. So the muscles right in here. Yes, they attach at our shoulders. Good, less than 10 seconds. Good, 3, 2, and 1. Awesome, awesome. I'm going to take a minute, put my equipment away, and we're going to stretch. So walk around, grab yourself a quick drink of water. And we're just going to take it a little sway side to side. So goal here, if your heart rate and breathing are a little elevated, our goal here is just to kind of bring it down. I'm doing a sway side to side, and I'm feeling it in my hips and my glutes. If you just want to walk around, that's fine. Goal is just to get your heart rate down. I am absolutely going to feel this when I teach kickboxing next, because we've got a lot of kicks in the first circuit. So I'm going to feel this for sure. Let's take the legs wide, and we're just going to go side to side. So chest is up, head stays above the heart, especially when your heart rate is high. We don't want to go from doing a more intense workout or a workout that just gets your heart rate elevated and then drop our head below our heart, because that's when the blood is going to go straight to your head, and then you're going to stand up, And then all that blood's gonna go right back down again. And that's when you get a little dizzy. You wanna pass out. That's not what we wanna do. All right, in the center, hands on the thighs. We're again keeping the head above the heart, little cat-cow. So inhale and exhale. Find that breathing rhythm. So you might be doing kind of a in, out, one and one. Your goal here is just to try to slow it down. So it's just to be aware of the breathing. And then just try to take a little bit of a longer breath in and then a longer breath out. So just try to slow the breathing and the heart rate down. Again, being very deliberate about it. Even if you just have to walk around right now, focus on your breathing. Focus on slowing it down. Good, last one. Let's bring it all the way up. We're gonna carefully walk our feet in. We're gonna take our right heel forward. We're just gonna do little hinges. So we're gonna hinge it forwards and then we're gonna stand up nice and tall. So this is our deadlift, but your focus here is stretching your hamstring. And I'm doing a little dynamic stretching today. So I am hinging and then I am coming right back up again. But you choose if you wanna stretch and hold. Good, one more. Bring it all the way up. Take that front leg. We're gonna lift it. We're gonna step it back, drop the heel down to the floor. We're going to lift and lower. So all 10 toes are pointing forwards. Working on stretching out the bottom of the foot. I'm very clicky today, apparently. Good, back heel, press it down. Your back knee is straight. All 10 toes pointing forwards, just trying to get a nice good calf stretch. Good, now take that back knee, press it forward over your toes, but keep the back heel down. Really press it into the ground. 3, 2, 1. Lift your back heel, tuck your tail, squeeze your glute, drop it down into a mini lunge, stretching the front of your hip, maybe a little bit of quad. And it's just a very small tuck. So the tuck, if you squeeze your cheek, it will naturally kind of push your body into the position that you want. It's just a little cheek squeeze. You'll feel that stretch. Good, let's take that back leg. Little bit of a step forward. Shift your weight to your back leg. Front toe is gonna be up. We're gonna do that all on the other side. And we're gonna do a nice good hinge. Again, you can do a hinge forward and hold, trying not to let the head go below the heart. And then you can do a hinge and a lift if you'd like. That is my personal preference for some of these. Good, hinge and lift. One more time, hinge and lift. And we're gonna take that front foot, we're gonna step it back, all 10 toes pointing forwards, and we're going to lift and we're gonna lower. So lift and lower. This is where we stretch out plantar fascia. And we kind of stretch out underneath the big toe especially, because we need to be able to bend that big toe back for when we walk. Good, back heel stays down, all 10 toes pointing forwards, feet hip width apart. Press the heel down, knees straight to start with. It might not look like it, but it is. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, now we're gonna take that back knee, press it forward over the toes. Keep the heel down on the ground. If you find that you can't do both, take a little step forwards, bend your knee, and you'll probably be able to keep that heel down. You might just be a little bit tighter in that area. 2 and 1. Lift your heel, little tail tuck, so just squeeze the glute, and then a little drop down. It's a mini lunge. Again, ribs are tucked, shoulders down, and we just think about a nice good squeeze. 8, 7, 4, 3, bring it all the way up. We're gonna roll the shoulders up, back, and down into our back pockets. Bring it in, palms forwards, hands behind the ears. Exhale, take it down, back of the hand goes to the small of the back. So breathe it in, and then take it back. Couple more, inhale, and out. One more time. Inhale. Good. Arms down, ear to shoulder, side to side. 3, 2, 1. Bring the head up, look to the side. 2, 1. Bring it in the center. Big breath in. Spread the fingers, spread the toes. And exhale. One more time. Big breath in. And out. And you are all done.